What is Canal Istanbul and why is Erdogan so keen on seeing the project through? The canal, who's described as Erdogan himself as crazy project, is being seen as a lifeline for the leader who has been at Turkey's helm since 2003 but has been in popularity decline amid rise in pandemic deaths coupled with economic decline. The Canal Istanbul, an under construction shipping route running parallel to the strategically critical Bosporus Strait, is fast gaining prominence as a major divisive issue in Turkey, where an election in 2023 decides the fate of right wing President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, a strongman who has long sought to portray his country as a global heavyweight but who is blamed for eroding its secular traditions. The canal, once described by Erdogan himself as a crazy project, is being seen as a lifeline for the leader, who has been at Turkey's helm since 2003, but has seen his popularity decline amid a sharp rise in pandemic deaths coupled with economic decline. Although Erdogan insists the multi-billion-dollar project would bring Turkey economic benefits, opposition politicians and environmentalists have fiercely criticized it, as have others who believe that the canal could threaten a key multilateral treaty that have been the bedrock of peace in the region for nearly a century. What is Erdogan's Canal Istanbul? Erdogan, whose nearly 2-decade-long rule has been marked as a major improvement in Turkey's infrastructure, now wants to dig up a new route through Istanbul connecting the Black Sea and the Sea of Marmara, which has Justice and Development Party AKP is touting as a major new source of income for the country. In June, at the ceremony to begin the canal's first phase, Erdogan told reporters that the project would cost 15 billion, will be 45 km long and 21 meter deep, and would be constructed in 6 years. The planned canal will run parallel to the Bosporus Strait, a natural waterway that separates Europe and Asia, which for centuries has served as a key outlet for Russian ships entering the Mediterranean Sea. Since 1936, passage through the strait has been governed by Montreux Convention, a multilateral treaty that allows ships to go across almost free of cost during peacetime and which tightly restricts the movement of naval vessels. Turkish leaders say that the new canal, which will run on the European side of the Bosporus, will be safer and faster to navigate compared to the Bosporus, making it a more attractive option for commercial ships who will pay to pass through. Analysts also believe that Erdogan would use the canal to circumvent Montreux Convention by marketing the mega project to NATO allies as legally kosher way of sending their warships into the Black Sea to counter Russia, their major geopolitical rival, all while attracting Chinese investment. What do the canal opponents say? Some of the project's most fierce opponents are within Turkey's military establishment. In April 104, retired admiral signed an open letter insisting that Montreux Convention is sacrosanct and should be left untouched, thus publicly challenging Erdogan. Following this, the president confirmed Turkey's commitment to the treaty but proceeded to blame the signatories for instigating a coup like the one in 2016 and jailed 10 of the admirals. They were later released. Erdogan's political opponents blame him for using the project as a ruse for diverting public attention away from Turkey's pandemic number, soaring inflation and unemployment, and overall economic underperformance. Sure enough, Erdogan's AKP fared poorly in a recent opinion poll, its popularity slipping below 30% as a New York Times report. The ranks of those opposing also include Ekrem İmamoğlu, the popular mayor of Istanbul, who pulled off a landslide victory against Erdogan's AKP in 2019 and who could be a formidable challenger in 2023 race. Critics have also pointed to investigate reports exposing real estate deals in which buyers from the Middle East have picked up prime plots of land through which the canal will pass through. Environmental experts too have expressed serious concerns. Among their fears is that the threat that a canal would pose to Istanbul's water supply system, and for over 4 centuries as a wooded area that would house the system would have to be dug up. Another worry is that the new artificial canal would bring polluted waters of the Black Sea into the Sea of Marmara and ultimately in the Mediterranean. Erdogan, however, has rubbished these concerns, calling the canal the most eco-friendly project in the world as per the AFP. He has also insisted against expert opinion that the canal would solve the Sea of Marmara Sea knot problem. Industry experts have also expressed doubts about the project's viability given the recent fall in numbers of ships wanting to cross the Bosporus. As per the AFP report, over the past decade, the number of vessels going through has decreased from 53,000 to 38,000 a year, thanks to the reduced dependence on fossil fuels in some countries as well as the rise in the use of oil pipelines. Thank you.